So, today we got a video for you, eh?
What up? Ps1 here. What's going on? It's currently bright and early in the morning where I am. 8 o'clock in the morning. I haven't done a video this long in forever. Or I haven't done a... See, I can't even think straight. I haven't done a video this early in a long time. Probably it's been a few years. Probably I want to say past Christmas time was the last time I was awake this early. Currently I'm working an overnight job, so I'm kind of coming home right now and doing this, and then probably going to hit the sacks afterwards. But anyways, without further ado, by the way, ignore this cable. I have a light. I'm kind of demoing or testing out some lighting in my room. Because today it's completely crappy outside. It's raining. It's not windy, but it's been raining all night. So the weather. So I'm just trying to see what I could do here. I also got a light going on my phone as well. But anyways, so today I'm here to do some special like thoughts and opinions, an unboxing, show you guys what's in them. Technically I've already opened them and I've tried them. I'm not going to show you guys like any actual video footage, but I will show you the boxes and everything. Because I don't want to get a copyright strike or anything like that. I also have 2 games from Sega that I grew up playing. But anyways, I bought the Sega Genesis Classic console. Excuse me. And this actually plays, I think, most Sega Genesis games. A friend of mine told me that I guess if you play some certain ones, they don't play as good, or they buffer or whatever, because this is a newer console, da-di-da-di-da. I'm sure you probably understand. However, the 2 games that I got work fine on it. I already tried it. And then we also have the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, or the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. Both of these I think I picked up from Walmart. I know the Nintendo I definitely picked up from Walmart. The Genesis, if I didn't get it from Walmart, I got it from GameStop. I want to say they were both around 80-ish. And like I said, most of this I'll go over in the thought and opinions and my ideas and stuff like that, and how I think about these consoles and stuff. But I guess without further ado, we'll crack them open. I'll show you the 2 games that I grew up playing a massive ton on the Sega Genesis. My dad actually had it when I was growing up. So, also one game that I don't have that I played the crap out of was James Bond, which I know a lot of people did. It was a very popular game for the Genesis. I can't remember which James Bond it was. There might have been a couple or so, I can't remember. So yeah, without further ado, I will let's open up the Nintendo. I'll show you the box art first, and then we'll go to the Genesis. I'll show you the games that I got, and we'll go to thoughts and opinions, and bada bing, bada boom. So stay tuned. Be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I'll show you this close up real quick. Pause the video if you guys want to check it out. The downside, the only thing I didn't like about this console, which you'll see in a few minutes, you can't play any original games. They're already pre-built in. I don't feel like they gave you a lot of games for what I paid for this. However, they did give us some big name games, plus Star Fox 2, which is exclusive to this. Apparently, because it says never released, and I actually unlocked that. Apparently what you do is, if you beat the first level of Star Fox 1, you unlock that, and I think it stays unlocked or whatever. Here's the side. As you could see, and you'll see when I hold on to it, the actual console itself fits in your whole entire hand. It's nothing like the actual one. I mean, even the box is tiny. The controllers, however, I don't remember if there was buttons on the top of them or not, but the controllers are exactly identical to what I grew up with. I actually owned this real console when I was younger. Perks of being a 90s kid, I guess. So there's that if you want to go ahead and pause that again. Then if we go on the back here, hopefully there's not too much of a glare. I'm sorry if there is. Let me try and fix it. I can't fix it, sorry. I'll show you the Star Fox here real quick. As you can see, like I said, Star Fox 2 can be unlocked by completing the first stage of the original one. I know I never played Star Fox until I got this console, and I actually like it. It's pretty cool, and I think it's way beyond its time in the 90s for how the game works and stuff. Like, phenomenal game. I used to play the crap out of this. I had the actual game. I don't know what happened to my original Super Nintendo, unfortunately. That's probably the reason why I kind of got this. I know I played one of the Super Mario games. I'm pretty sure I played this one. I actually, believe it or not, have never played the original Super Mario, if this is the original. I definitely haven't played this one regardless. I've played all the newer ones, like the Game Boy Advance one, and whatever, I think, the Wii one, or the original Wii one, I should say now. Then there's Street Fighter Turbo, Basic, and Turbo. I'd never played Turbo version. I'm not quite too sure what that means. I think I can figure it out, though, just by the name of it. I used to play the crap ton out of Street Fighter games. Donkey Kong's on here. Excuse me, sorry. This is Donkey Kong Country. I know I had this for the Game Boy Color. Sorry. You have to mind, I have bad allergies this time of the season, guys. I apologize. But I had this one for the Game Boy Advance. I never played it on here. I'm probably going to go back and play all these eventually. Just right now, I want to show you guys this for the video. And then go ahead. I believe that's the list of the entire games right there if you want to go ahead and pause this. Also, if you want to know more information, be sure to, I'm sure there's other videos on this on YouTube, or go on Google, you know, and I'm sure you could probably find plenty of stuff. There's more information for the controller for you. And then there's the box. And I guess we'll go ahead and open this bad boy up. Try not to ruin the box, though. And alright, 1 second. Alrighty, so the first thing is, and like I said, I've already opened both of these. I got an instruction manual, setup screen, you know, warranty information. Things you would probably generally expect when you get a game console or so, you know. Sorry. Put that back in there. Also on the startup instructions, I'm so sorry you guys can't see what I'm looking at, can you? And fix my tripod real quick. Sorry. Alright. Hopefully you guys can see that. But on the back, which I'm going to keep this in the box, but there's a really cool retro poster, Super Nintendo poster. I don't know if you guys can read any of that or not, but if you can, pause the video, obviously. That's the best I can do as far as getting it in the whole camera view. I apologize. And then just how to set it up. Basic instructions, you know. Boppity bippity boop. As far as how to set this up goes. Sorry, let me fold this up real quick. Okay, get back in there. Okay, so now we'll get into the actual console itself. So, alright, so here we are with the actual console. Just a little tiny, like I said, hand size shape. The original console actually worked just like this. As far as turning it on and stuff, I remember I always had to blow my games out to put them back in there and stuff, which I know that's not good for the games. To reset the system back in the day, you would literally hit the reset button, which you do the same thing to get back to the main menu screen now. In order to eject the games and switch out your games back in the day, you hit the eject button, which this is just a plastic piece. The power button works actually like a power button, like the same original console does. Then this is where it starts getting interesting, because at the bottom here, obviously you can tell you can't use the original controllers. So what you do is actually, which is weird, like I said, give me 1 second. At the bottom here, you undo it. And I think these are similar to GameCube controllers or Wii nunchuck controllers or whatever, but I wouldn't recommend using those here. Obviously not for this console. But you get 2 ports. I think they made accessories, and again, you can check on all this. Like if you want a wireless one or da-da-da-da-da. I'm probably going to stick with what I got for now. So that's that. There's the bottom again, just to show you guys. And then on the back here, you got a basic plug-in cable, which I'm not going to show you guys that. Don't need to, you know. And then you have HDMI, actually, which I don't know if they updated the games or not, or I'm assuming they probably redid the colors or whatever, you know. Obviously, Star Fox 2 is, I'm sure, high def or whatever, since that's an exclusive game to this console. But I really like that they did that. Also, it's kind of a bummer that they don't give you the option to do a red, white, and yellow plug-in like back in the olden days. Because, you know, everything's now going to HDMI, of course. So there's the console. I'll quickly take out one controller that I already previously unwrapped, and I'll show you guys. The controller itself is actually, I guess we'll say for sitting close enough, it's pretty long. I wish it was a little longer, because my bedroom, I got more space now, because I got a futon in my room, at the plus. But anyway, so here's your controller. Like I said, the same exact layout and everything is back in the day. The only difference is the plug-in, but otherwise it feels, and I mean, it's just like having a Super Nintendo again, basically. Like I said, these 2 buttons up top here, I don't know if they were ever here or not before. I think they were on the original ones. But there's that, and then the back real quick. There you go. So that's it for the Nintendo. I don't really have much more information on that. I'm gonna quickly wrap that back up again, and we'll jump on over to the Sega Genesis and the 2 games, and I'll discuss about that, and then we'll go into the thoughts and opinions, which I've kind of already talked about a little bit, and see you guys in a few seconds. Alright guys, so I'm back. First I'll show you the 2 games that I absolutely loved playing when I grew up, and I still play them to this day, obviously. The first one was NHL PA, which I forgot what PA stood for, but it was an original EA Sports game. I actually was born in 1994, but I love this cover art, and I like the whole entire game, and I still do to this day. Because of this game, I actually ended up buying NHL hockey or EA Sports 2001 or 2000 with the Philadelphia Flyers guy on it for the Game Boy Color, because the game was just like this, basically. Just obviously on a Game Boy Color. So there's the back of that. One sec, we'll focus this. There you go. And then there's the side. So that was one of my favorites. I'm sure there's more games too, but I picked out just a couple real quick to show you. Because plus, on here, there's also preloaded games already too that I grew up playing. So that's part of the reason why I didn't pick out more games. The next one I picked out, which was, I mean, this game made me laugh hilariously. Just everything about it. Great game to have if you're a big basketball fan or collector for Sega, whatever. I don't know how hard it is to find this game or not, but there's that. And obviously, like I said, if you guys want to, go on YouTube. I'm not going to show any videos of any of these games or even the menu because I just don't want to risk getting a copyright or anything. So I do apologize again. Alright, so let's get into the box here. So on the front, you can see there's obviously a Sonic, classic games, or classic and new hit titles included. There's just a couple right there. Of course, Sonic is going to be on here. You got 2 controllers again. Again, the same thing. I think you can get wireless ones. I'm not too sure. These ones, however, I don't know if they were exactly how the original Sega Genesis ones looked like. I don't think they were, but I think the layout's pretty similar. Then you get the actual units itself. Just more information. Here's where it tells you that you can actually plug in your original games. I think on the instruction manual or somewhere on the box here too, it says that it only works with certain games, or it might affect the games or whatever as well. Just a side there, blah de blah de blah. I'm sure you guys already understand all that. Here's what it comes with. Again, you get 2 controllers, you get the unit, you get an instruction, you get the power plug-in. Forgot to mention, with the Nintendo, you get a HDMI cord included as well, so that's a plus. You get, I think, the red, white, and yellow plug-in AV cords with this. 81 built-in games, and it's a classic game console remake. So here's some of the popular games. Of course, it says and more because they didn't fit them all on here. But I'll just show you real quick. I used to play all of the Mortal Kombat games. Definitely played all the Sonic games. Dr. Robot, I can't pronounce his name, sorry. But Mr. Bean Machine, that was a great game from Sonic. I don't know if Street Fighter was on that or this, or if it was even on either of them, but I want to throw that in, that I used to play that too a lot. Another great classic. Okay, so there's that again. And let's go ahead and open this up, and I'll show you guys everything in detail. So you have your basic instruction booklet here. Same old, same old. It's very detailed. It explains the controls and stuff for each game. So that's a plus, Just your basic AV cable here. There's that. And then the core, or the plug-in, I think this is completely different than the original plug-in, but there's that, if you guys can see that. Then you have your controller, which to me, honestly, I'm kind of bummed. Like, I don't really like this design or layout, because it doesn't even say Sega or anything on here. I think it's very bleh. The plastic feels very lightweight and stuff. Now, I don't remember how the original controller was, but I'm not too fond of these. I can certainly tell you that. I mean, they work fine from when I was playing it. Just like I said, I wish there was more detail, or at least the logo here, I feel like it's too blah, So there's that. And yes, you do, 1 second, sorry. You do get the basic red, white, and yellow cords right here. Wait a second. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I was a little confused. So they actually plug in here and then they plug in there. You know, because usually, like if you had a PS2 or PlayStation 1, you just plugged it in and then it wouldn't be double-sided, if you know what I mean. So that's literally it. You put the games in right here. It's very tiny. I don't know if you can tell. It says Sega Genesis up top here. You got your on-off button, and then you got your menu button. So just like the Nintendo, if you want to go back to the menu, you can. I know with the Nintendo, you can save games and go back to them. I think you can do the same thing with here. Like, you don't have to have memory cards or anything like that. There's just more information for you. This was made by Act Games. I forgot who that. I think the Nintendo was made by Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so there's that. Let me just pack all this up real quick again. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, so, anywho's, alright, sorry guys, my iPhone, storage space actually got full somehow. I got a lot of stuff apparently, so I gotta go through that and delete some stuff. So I'm recording you guys on my iPod Touch right now, so it's gonna go from 4K to 1080p or whatever, so I do apologize about the difference. But anyways, so where I was gonna get to next was my thoughts and opinions. So, as far as the Genesis goes, my only disappointment was the controllers. Like I said, I wish they had logos or yada yada. Or I wish, you know, that, yeah, let's just say that. Well, or I wish it was more like the original ones. I love the console. You can't do HD, so that's a negative. But if you got an older TV or a TV that can play red, white, and yellow, AV cables, bada bing, bada boom. Because not everybody's got HDMI, you know. So that's probably it. I know some of the games, you know, like I said before, run weird or, you know, whatever. But that's, you know, you're playing on an emulator versus, you know, the actual original console, so that makes sense. You know, it's kind of like a sciencey type of thing. Then going to the Super Nintendo, I just wish there was more games on there again. I feel like I didn't get my money's worth. I'm not saying that the games that they included are horrible. They even included Star Fox 2, so that's a plus. What else? You can play the original games. The controllers themselves were phenomenal. I mean, compared to the Genesis ones. Then you have the HDMI, which I wish that they had an option where you could do HDMI to AV or whatever for the people that don't have HDMI. But that's fine by me because I have both, so I can do both. Excuse me, sorry. I mean, I guess other than that, that's about it for those consoles. News update for you guys that don't know. There's a Ps1 or PlayStation 1 Classic coming out in December of this year. It's going to be around $100. I believe you can pre-order it right now on Walmart and GameStop's website. Don't get me wrong. I know you can definitely do GameStop's website because I've seen it listed already. They've announced, PlayStation has announced 5 games that are coming out for it. Go look it up or whatever. One of the games I would like to see preferably is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I used to love playing the crap out of that. I still own actually my original PlayStation or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 disc from back when I was growing up, because I still own a PS2, so I can, play the physical one, so on and so forth. It'd be great if they keep the original soundtrack and all that, because I know that Tony Hawk has re-updated or tried to update it and stuff in newer games, and it's just been a flop or, whatever. I'm a skateboarder, so, what else? I mean, there's probably a bunch of games that I'd like to see on there. That's just the main one that I can think of right now, because I used to, like I said, play the crap ton out of that. So go ahead and look up information on that. Google always works great, guys. Other than that, I guess stay tuned. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you guys have know any more information or whatever, feel free to comment it below. Help each other out. We're humans. We're here to communicate, not fight each other, do stupid stuff, whatever. So see you guys next time. Ps1 out. Peace.